Grand Rising, top of the top to my people out there. There's a few things I want to talk about. They finally dropped day one portion of the outside 3 card. I don't know how many times I gotta keep saying it. It's not outside 2, it's outside 3. I don't even know why they ain't keeping track themselves of what the event's supposed to be called. I just don't get it. But anywho, they dropped the day one portion of the outside 3 card, and I only got to watch a few of the battles as of late. One of them for sure I'm not interested in, which would be Hansel versus Holmesy the God. Not really interested in that. On the day 2 portion of the event, I really wasn't messing with Prep versus Ease, so that's probably the only 2 battles so far off that card that I have not watched. So I'm just gonna give a few recaps of the battles that I have seen, and then close it out with a couple other little stuff that I want to address about what's been going on. I really try not to get into too much of the messiness that's going on, in the back part of the battle rap community, the actual outside part of the battle rap community. Try not to get too much in none of that, but sometimes it's some things that you just gotta give your opinion on, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Just try to get perspective. Okay, so starting off, I got to watch Coffee vs. Snake Eyes, and a lot of post battle interviews. A lot of people were saying that Coffee won 3-0 versus Snake. I don't have this battle as a 3-0 for Coffee. Snake Eyes didn't win, but there's several factors because of that as to why he didn't win. One, most importantly, is time. Snake Eyes rounds was way shorter than Coffee's rounds, so she got more material out, and that pretty much catapulted and she capitalized off of claiming the victory there, to me, in my opinion. But Snake has some shit. I ain't even gonna hold you. Snake has some shit. If anything, if I were to actually give Snake Eyes a round, to me it would probably be the first. I think his first was set up very well. He had a lot of good material in the first round, but with Coffee round being longer, she definitely edged that first round to me. The second round is clear as day. Her best round, she bombed on him. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing super over the top spectacular, but she definitely bombed on him. Third round, I wasn't impressed. Neither side. Snake Eyes was going too personal, I think. Talking about the restraining order stuff that she had going, the fake restraining order stuff that she had going on, or all that nonsense, whatever the fuck that shit was. Shit with the RX situation and all that. It was rocky, and I really didn't care. I think it was set up wrong in a sense, and that sometimes be Snake problem, because he has this hypey, fast-paced flow. In some parts, I feel like he should slow it down, where other parts he should speed it up. Like, he slows down what he should be speeding up, and he speeds up what he slows down. And I don't think it was kind of like structured properly. It probably would have worked really if he, restructured it and redid it or something like that. It probably would have worked. Coffee, there was a lot of gas for Coffee. You know what I'm saying? We talking about a male dominant sport. Of course, probably majority of people in attendance was possibly men, and she has an OnlyFans, so you know, it was definitely a lot of gas. She had a lot of dead space in her third round, and she had hits here and there. It was sporadic. It was something here, dry space, something here, dry space, dry space, something here. You know what I'm saying? It was like one of those. So I just really wasn't impressed with neither one of their third rounds. But if I had to, you know, give somebody that round, I guess you could just say Coffee took the third round. Like I said, she had way more material. You know what I'm saying? Versus Snake, shorter rounds. So yeah, I guess Coffee 2-1. Not gonna say 3-0. I would have, but I'm not gonna say yo. But you know, I don't see the dispute as far as anybody saying it's a 3-0. But I say 2-1. Coffee, I'll say 2-1. Next one I got into was Arsenal N.O.M.E. N.O.M.E got the first round clear. He went off in his first round. His first round was really good. I kind of got Arsenal edging the second. N.O.M.E's second round was short because they both, I guess they went for a predetermined time set, which was like maybe like 2 minutes 2:20. So I think Ace was right around that time frame, and somebody yelled time on his last bar, and I think maybe if he'd have got that last bar off, especially if it was a good one, not really a big one, just a good one, I might have gave Ace that second round. But I kind of like Arsenal's material a little bit better in the second. But and that's why I said edge, because the thing I had with Arsenal was I think he had like some cop-out kind of like bars, right? It was like one I remember, which was the 357 ring golf like MJ. It's kind of like a cop-out bar because it's like the setup is cool, but it's like the punchline of it is kind of like a cop-out. So the 357, 6 shots, the ring golf 6 times like MJ. Cool, I get it, but it's just like, I don't want to say it was a terrible setup, then just a cop-out just to go with the set. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just kind of weird. And it's kind of like some of Arsenal's material was like that in all 3 rounds. And that's kind of why, you know what I'm saying, he kind of lost the battle. That's why I said I got him edging the second. And then the third, I think they both kind of like also hit a wall too as well. But like if I had to give it to somebody, I guess I would have to give it to Ace edging in the third as well. That battle is debatable. It's very debatable. It's really hard to really kind of like tap into what would be your preference, what you would like, because they both had, you know what I'm saying, entertaining, grasping material, and I like it both. But it's just kind of hard to kind of just like kind of actually pick one over the other when they both was kind of like on the same pace for, you know what I'm saying, falling flat basically. You know what I'm saying? But debatable battle. I don't know, maybe it don't really have too much high replay value for me. I might give it another spin. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I'm bored waiting on battles to drop on the app. I might, you know, give another replay, might give another watch or something like that, but it don't have high replay value. So I don't know, we gotta see about that one. Alright, so the last one I had got into was Jack Boy and Authentic, right? So what's interesting to me about this battle, well, not even so much as this battle, right? You know what I'm saying? Sidebar. If you look at it on the app, did you know that they pretty much got all the new guys winning the battles off this card? Like, no cap, you really have to go look at it. They got Klutz beating JC. Ain't no fucking way in hell. Like, I watched that battle because it's actually pretty good. I was actually impressed with Klutz a little bit. Don't even know who the fuck this guy is, but was actually kind of impressed. Watched that battle two, three times. Scored the exact same way all 3 times. Klutz ain't winning that battle, but they got him winning on the app that battle. Jerry West and Foots. Jerry West probably got performance of the night for the whole card. Jerry West second round is phenomenal. They got him losing to Foots. They got him losing Houseway. So it's hilarious at this point. So back on track. Jack Boy versus Authentic. Now, I don't know who this authentic kid is either. Never seen him before. You know what I'm saying? Don't even know nothing about him. I'm a Jack Boy fan. I fuck with Jack Boy. I like Jack Boy. So, Jack, first round, I'm not gonna say too crazy, but it was definitely like a Jack Boy round. Like what I look forward to seeing from Jack Boy. It was that. You know what I'm saying? Highly impressed. This kid Authentic go, my God. I think I want to say like the first part of his round, this nigga had some shit. I was like, what the fuck? And if the battle stayed right there with the back and forth, if it stayed there with the back and forth, this would have been a goodie. It would have been. But at the back end of his first round, Authentic, on the back end of his first round, he tailored off. He had high creativity and momentum in the first half of his round, and then it kind of like just tapered back. It tapered off. So I was kind of disappointed a little bit about that. Jack's second round, he picks it up. Jack goes off. It's not, the Jerry West second round performance of the night type style, but it's, for me, it's the Jack Boy one rounder versus chess. You know what I'm saying? You leave doing this dirty, and you know what I'm saying, the whole shit. That shit was cold. It's like that level of Jack Boy for me. You know what I'm saying? Like Jack Boy he's going off. Authentic goes in the second round, and it's not like how his first round was. It was bumpy. It was bumpy, and then it kind of started to get less creative. Not necessarily seem forced, but kind of heard it before type shit or whatever, or you could see it coming type shit. So he lost the momentum. So definitely gave Jack Boy the second round clear. The third round, I think they both was in the same space again. It was that type of time. They was both in the same space. It wasn't too crazy, the back and forth kind of like died down, kind of tapered off. At that point, Jack Boy definitely was just like coasting. He got through it. It was clean. Nothing too crazy, but it was clean. It was solid. So I gave Jack Boy the third off the, not really like I say really edge, and I don't want to say, well, I guess you could say clear, because by the third round, Authentic was he was the fight was gone. The fight was gone, and he was just trying to just get through it, to me. And Jack Boy was still punching at a fair rate. So yeah, I guess you could say clear. I don't really want to say edge, but I do in a sense, sort of, kind of. But it was strong enough for him to get the third two. So Jack Boy got it 2-1. I must say 2-1. I like Authentic. I just don't want to say he washed Authentic, because I'm telling you, Authentic's first round, the first half of that nigga's round was fucking, and it was super creative. Like a lot of this shit that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of this shit never really heard nothing before like this. You know what I'm saying? There was one that stood, well, it was like two maybe that stood out. One was the have corners laying out white sheets on the ground for you don't get a pallet, Jack Boy. Or have corners laying white sheets on the ground, don't get a pallet, Jack. That was fire. And then it was as one is as basic. And when I first heard it, it was like, okay, yeah, cool. But then I'm really rethinking. When I was watching it, I rethought about it. I'm like, I don't know. The setup could have been a little bit better. It was what was it? The clip hanging out like a dirty clip hanging like a dirty diaper. I don't know. It was fire, but I don't know. For me, I think because of how creative he was with other bars. I think that could have been done a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? But it was still good. It was a good bar. But like I said, he was going off in the first half of his first round. So like I said, I don't want to say that Jack Boy washed him with the 3-0. I don't really want to give no 3-0s like that. So if anything, yeah, I can definitely give Authentic that first round. He was good. Okay, so I'm trying to get into the rest of the battles probably today. Even though nigga gotta work, but still, I'll be trying to get it in, like, you know, sometimes on lunch or in between, some shit like that. I try to get them in and try to get the rest of those looked after. I think I was excited for Bill versus Sheed. I'm a big Bill fan. I love Bill. Sheed cool, but yeah, I think I was interested in that. Not necessarily so interested in the Rum Nitty Souffleur Soul joint, because, you know, when these battles was announced, you know, a lot of people, including myself, was just looking like, man, what the fuck? Like, this shit makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, the matchups is weird. I know y'all trying to push these new niggas off the ground. That kind of goes with what Easy was saying, like, you know what I'm saying, they gonna give you new niggas all these big battles now, that way we ain't gotta pay you shit. You know what I'm saying? Give you your biggest bag, give you your biggest looks now and all this shit, and, you know, keep a lot of coin in our pocket. You know what I'm saying? Because you really ain't earned these motherfucking shots, and we ain't gotta pay you too much or nothing for it. You know what I'm saying? It's the A side and the B side. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we putting these names in front of you. That's where the budget has to go, because we putting these names in front of you, and we get you at a motherfucking great value discount. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that type. But the Jack Boy and Authentic, I definitely want to. That definitely has a lot of replay value. I want to look that back over again and definitely try to get some bars wrote down and try to really break that down and see if I really did that battle justice from my recap. I don't think my opinion is gonna change too much, but like I said, like, Authentic was impressive, man. He really was. I have to give it to him. I kind of want to see him again a little bit. I do. I kind of want to see him, but you know, it was also something too that like, once the momentum for him kind of like died down, it was something that, because battle rap is life. Shout out to my boy Rankins over there. Battle rap is life. It was something that kind of like that dawned on me a little bit, because I've been watching this shit for so long. When the momentum started to slow down for him, Authentic kind of reminded me of Dose. And I used to fuck with Dose. Like, not the Mav snuffing them Dose. That Dose was cool. You know what I'm saying? Turn your dome to a stadium. That, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, not that Dose. He was cool. But it was the Dose after that when they did the rematch, him and Mav. Because it was just like, yeah, you snuffed them, you sucker punched them. You know what I'm saying? I like the underdog comeback story type shit. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of fuck with that Dose in that battle. Even though that rematch, like, motherfuckers like, man, what the fuck is he talking about? Because he had that super hypey, like I said, with the snake ass shit, that hypey, sped up flow. And motherfuckers like, man, what the fuck is he talking about? But Dose was kicking some shit. He was in a nice ass flow pocket. He was kicking some shit to me. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like that a little bit. And that's what Authentic kind of reminded me of. Like, he kind of sounded like Dose a little bit to me. I don't know. Maybe it's me, but you know what I'm saying? If you check it out, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think. All right, next up, we have some more teams announced for the N.O.M.E Impact, and still not impressed again. Not impressed. They just released, they just announced Hollow and Calico, but not their opponents. How do you feel about that? Like, it kind of like makes no sense to me a little bit. Nigga, did you just say Hollow and Calico? Really, nigga? It'd be like, what the fuck is Smack over there doing, bro? Like, what's to this nigga, bro? Like, hey, nigga, I didn't make the fucking card. Like, I don't know. Shit, don't ask me. What the fuck? So, yeah, Hollow and Calico. What else is interesting is there was a leak of the teams that's supposed to be on the card. And I got the list. And I was saying when I looked at it that majorities is probably real. Even though I can see how it could be fake bullshit or whatever. But some of this shit got to be real. Alright, so they have, alright, Rock and Geechee, we know that. Fonz and Af, we know that. Like I said, just announced Hollow and Calico, but on the leak shit, it was supposed to be Arse and Hollow. Next, supposed to be Twerk and Nitty, Bill and Sheed, Rex and Shine, Suge and Hustle, DNA John and Don, Jazz and Lou Castro, but they also saying it might be Clips and Castro, Shuni and Farrah, Marv 1 and Quest McCody, and Souffleur Soul Foots. Souffleur Soul Foots. Souffleur Foots. Whatever. You know, those in bullshit. Alright, that's interesting because I can see DNA, John and Don, because they both pretty much call themselves the PG killers, basically. So I can see DNA, John and Don versus the Souffleur Footsies, whatever the fuck his name is. I can see that. That makes actual sense. Suge and Miss Hustle. I can see Suge and Miss Hustle versus Shuni and Farrah. Since how I don't think Farrah and Miss Hustle ever battled since the fight. And Suge just battled Shuni, so he probably need that lick back. Miss Hustle also just battled Shuni on Chrome. So Shuni probably need her lick back because she choked all 3 rounds. I could see that working. That makes a lot of sense. Rex and Shine, nah, I don't know. Well, I've been waiting to see what the fuck Shine gonna do anyway. Like, the nigga ain't battled in forever, and I don't know if he's still disgruntled about his fucking contract situation or not. If he's supposedly gonna be on the card and at the event, clearly they must have worked something out for him. So I can see that happening. Marv 1 and Quest McCody, the original first 2-on-2 pair. I can see that being on there just cause. Just throw that in there. You just said you gotta watch Bill and She, and now these niggas is a fucking team. That's funny.
Wow.
Lou Castro and Charlie Clips or Jazz. I thought Jazz said she was gonna chill out for a little while. I thought she wasn't battling for a minute. Yeah, the same shit I heard too, but you know, who knows? You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much the N.O.M.E Impact situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they just changed the matchup. It's supposed to be Hollow and Calico. So we'll see if any of the names that we just mentioned is actual teams and how this is all gonna play out eventually. They gotta drop the entire card. They only dropping teams as of right now, which is still not making people any more interested in the fucking card whatsoever, because none of this seems to be like a night of main events. Yeah, it's double impact for sure because it's 2-on-2s, but none of these really seems to be like a night of main events is what N.O.M.E is called. I don't know, I guess. And last but not least, we're going to talk about the easy situation with the blocking of the card and, you know, everything like that. So, but basically, he got the money back from the people that dropped out. And the person has been taking the brunt of it all has been True Foe, like what we was talking about in the last video. We've been calling him True Fold and everything like that. The thing is, from the outside looking in, it's basically like, why do these niggas need media training? You know what I'm saying? They need to know what they say, when they say it, and how they say it, or just shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Basically, in a nutshell. Because by him feeling some type of way about the backlash that he getting and going on record and saying that he backed out the situation because he had a more lucrative situation, is really taking its toll on him. And you know, him and Easy was on a live together. Well, he was on it first, and then Easy came in because he must have heard him talking, must have heard him chirping, and he had to come in and say something behind it. And you know, it just went left from there. Not too much left, I don't think, but it just went left from there. All in all is, before Easy came up, True Foe was too busy still pillow talking, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? You're still saying too much when, you know what I'm saying, less is more. You know what I'm saying? So he actually went and was saying actual numbers that, you know what I'm saying, that was presented to him type stuff, right? So the man goes and say that Easy offered him $1,650 to do the battle, and the battle got switched, I think, 3 times basically, because I believe the first time it was supposed to be Bill Collector, and Bill like, nah, he couldn't do it. Then the second time it was supposed to be Chess, and then it was like he didn't want to get Chess involved, so he was like, nah, backed out on that one. Then he finally went on ahead and said, fuck it, I'll give you Danny Myers. But he was basically like, you know, I only got $1,650 for you. And he was like, damn, all right, that's kind of crazy, bro. But he's like, all right, well, look, I give you $2,000, and you just have to find your own way to get there. Can't book you no flight, can't get you no hotel type shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. But also what was crazy was, Easy even said this in his own live, that True Foe actually hit him looking for a favor. Like, yo, could you pass my name along to Remy if she do throw another event? Can you know what I'm saying, pass my name on to her? And he sent his asking price. His asking price to try to do a Chrome battle was $5,000. So let's just try to look at the numbers here for a quick second. You ain't gotta bring nothing down to me, nigga. I know how to count. The nigga asked for $5,000 to do a battle somewhere else that ain't URL. The nigga was okay with taking $1,650 somewhere else, not on URL, but agreed to do $2,000. So that basically means that this nigga is probably only getting paid close to $2,500, $3,000 on the URL. Because you're not gonna go and ask a favor to go do something somewhere else for less money than what you're already getting. You're trying to get more money. So basically, the nigga is fucking working for pennies. This old working for McDowell's ass nigga, not McDonald's, McDowell's, like in Coming to America. What the white boy say on that joint? He say, man, I started on cleanup just like you. Soon I'll be on fries. Next, the grill. In 2 years, I'll be assistant manager. And that's when the big bucks start rolling in. Are you done or are you finished? Jesus Christ. So, basically, yeah, this nigga is getting peanuts, right? And then he goes to say that it wasn't nothing too conflicting where he couldn't still do the easy battle and still turn around and do the URL battle. So the problem is, or the problem lies within the fact that you basically told them that after it was announced that you was over there, you basically told them all the information that they needed to get you to move around from over there, because he also said that he has a battle. He couldn't do the battle because he has a battle that same day of Easy's card. So you gave them the date that you're supposed to be there. They counter offer with a battle for that date, so that now is basically saying that the URL is going to be throwing a card that same day, basically. But he didn't necessarily say that it was a URL that offered him the lucrative deal. But, you know, if it walks like a duck, quack like a duck is a fucking duck, as they say, right? I don't necessarily see him getting paid more than the original file that he asking for Remy to battle on Spit That Heat or you know, somewhere else type shit. It definitely ain't gonna be on RBE. Can't do that anyway if you're not supposedly under contract, and he probably ain't under contract. Well, let him tell it, he ain't under no exclusive deal with URL. You know what I'm saying? He probably just contract to contract, battle to battle type thing situation. But and you want to say you a stand-up guy, like you said, all you have in this world is your balls in your world. I mean, I said this world. All you have in this world is your balls and your word. And you agreed to do something and you took money to do it. Why not continue to still do it? And you can still turn around and go back, and if you're definitely not in an exclusive deal, you don't necessarily have to be on the next card. You can just wait for a phone call to be on the one after that type thing. But I don't know, like I said, some of these guys need media training. They just need to know when to say things at a slow rate, or just completely just not say nothing at all. Either way, yeah, you did it to yourself. So it is what it is, man. But that's all I got. It's your boy CL Smooth. Tune in next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. I'll let you, boy.